review of 7.a. I know a lot of you did it, but I looked over your solutions, and a lot of you used a for loop or nested loop, which is nice to see. And what you did, you looked at this first term and you saw if there was a match. Then you'd look at that and count the matches. And there was no matches. Then you'd look at the next term and count the matches. No match there. Between 2 and 2, there's a match, so you'd count 1. Between 2 and 3, there's no match. And then you'd count 3 with 2, then 3 with 3, that's in second match. And then 2 with 3, and that's basically it. You just compare and count matches. With this one, you'd compare them as well. I'm just going to do it a different way, just for the sake of doing it. So we read these numbers, and we have a list called A. And now what the list does, it changes our input into 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. And what I want to do with that is just go over my list. So I can say for num in A, which means num would take on every value 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. But instead, I'm just going to go for I in range of the length of A. And I'm not going to do a nested loop. What I want to do is just look at this first number, and that's going to be my number to check. And I'm going to just count the number of times 1 appears in the rest of my array. And then I'm going to look at 2, 8, the second number, or A index 1, and see how many times it appears in the next one. Therefore, I don't have to go through a nested loop. So let's see how that works. So just for clarity's sake, I can say number to check, that's my variable, equals this value, or whatever value I am based on the index I. So we can say AI. That's my number to check. It's going to be, first I'm going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or sorry, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 for I value. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to look at this, and I want to count the number of times that AI appears. How do I do that? So I take count, or we need a total. So we'll say total pairs, or summing, basically, we're counting, equals 0. And total pairs is going to be equal to, or we're going to add it to whatever total pairs was. We're going to add the number of times the number to check appears in the rest of my array. So the rest of my array is A, I plus 1. So if we're here, we want to look at all of that. Put the colon so that it indicates that it's the rest of it. If I equals 1, then we're looking at 2 to the rest. If I equals 2, we're looking at that. And then we don't include this last number, right? Because the length of A will stop right. The length of A will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're looking at everything till the end. So let me just see something. It'll take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if I'm going to get an out of range error here. I don't think so, but let's just check. We're going to look at AI, but we're going to see how many times dot count number to check. We're going to check the number to check, how many times does it appear in the rest of my array. And then I'm going to print total pairs. And let's run our code. Let's try our example. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. And I have an error. Object is not subscriptable. Oh, silly me. Wrong pair of brackets. Run this code again. And let's do 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. 2 of them. Let's run it again. 1, space 1, 1, 1, 1. Enter, and I have 10. If I submit, running all my tests, let's see, I have an output mismatch. Teacher expected to see 1. Your output 0. Nothing. That's interesting. Why did I get that? Let's try again. Oh, I think it was an error in my code. Sometimes you have to submit it twice. Anyway, that's how you do it. Submit, and you're done.